I'm Joe Volk. I'm running for Indiana State Senate, and I'm looking out after you independent voters.
One of the major concerns that we have as independents and across the board, I feel like we're on this advent of the solar and data movement, data centers. It's a big concern for us. What's your stance on that?
I'm against the data centers and the solar farms. They're heavily funded by the federal and state, and they're not taking concerns of the citizens. So I'm here to give the people the voice back. So
That's that's good. A lot of us feel like we don't have much of a voice, especially up at the Capitol. What do you mean by, giving us the voice back?
instead of being given the giving the voice back to the people is listening to the people in the community rather than the establishment telling people how to vote or letting other bigger companies come in. So I'm running for the people, not for myself. I have nothing to gain. So I've been a farmer and a horseshoer pretty much my whole life. I'm a retired horseshoer now, and I'm coming out to help the common citizen to hold their freedom, their place. I feel people died for freedom. I need to step up and hold the freedom because our politicians today are taking that away from us.
I agree. I feel like we have been underrepresented, and especially by politicians that are tied to these big corporations or establishment government, or have been in office for a long time. Do you have any connections with other people that you may be beholden to? Um, any ties with large corporations, or you're your own person?
I'm my own person. I have no ties and no corporations, no people in the state. I'm running just purely for the people, and so they can hold their freedom because it's been getting taken away. People quit following politics, and when you quit following, they start taking away from the storehouse. They find uses for our taxes, and by funding data centers, solar farms, and they keep raising our taxes elsewhere when we got plenty of money. They just keep funding these big corporations. So they're the ones lobbying then everything up in Indianapolis. So the big thing I would love to remove is a lot of red tape for small businesses. So when we bid jobs, we can be more competitive. When you add a lot of red tapes, a lot of rules, when you a smaller business, you don't have enough staff to get through all the red tape. And the bigger businesses, they just barge through. They hire someone, or they can open gates. When there's these small rules, no one gets thrown in jail or anything. They get through, and then the small guy, the competition comes along, and they shut the gate on them, basically.
Back to solar and data centers. Do you think there's anything would be able to effectuate to actually give the voice back to the people there? It seems like a lot of this stuff moving into these local municipalities, it seems like their hands are tied as far as what they're able to accomplish on themselves. That a lot of this has been given to the state to mandate and dictate, and there's not a lot of authority left with local government.
Well, the research and what I've been kind of seeing now is at the state level, they're getting money in their own back pocket, however you want to put it, and they are pushing this on. They're giving them tax where they don't have to pay taxes on data centers for 50 years. Papers just keep coming in. For 50 years on a $1 billion operation, they don't have to pay sales tax on anything that goes into their plants. So these are places that should be paying taxes and which are not. Why aren't we informing our people what's going on? We always find out, if there's 10 steps, that people find out on about step 6, and they said there's no point of return after that. So if it's such a great thing, they need to tell people up front if you're using our money, federal or state or local money, for any government project. It should be open book. All right.
Why should an independent voter vote for you in this upcoming primary?
so we can hold the beautiful southeastern Indiana and keep data centers and solar farms out.